Hey everyone, this is Mr. Isometric Game Dev and welcome to the part 3 of our Unity Ads tutorial series. And in this video, we are going to do some coding side of the things. In the last video, if you haven't checked out, we integrated the IronSource SDK inside our Unity editor. So if you haven't, do watch it, or else if you are just here for the coding stuff, then do stick around. So first thing we have to do is, or I'll ask everyone to do is, check your year in which you are watching this video and make sure you are using the required API level. Now in the project settings, inside the player settings, go over here in the identifications and the target API level. I'm keeping it at level 31. Now I do went ahead and checked API level 33, but what happened was that I got Gradle issues while building my project. So what I did is I had to uninstall the this Unity editor from Unity Hub, and then I have to again select the minimum, which is I think 31 should be enough for now in 2023. So I did that, and then your Unity editor might ask you to allow it to update your SDK. So it will do that with the help of PowerShell if you are using Windows, or a command line if you don't have PowerShell somehow. So yeah, just let it allow to do that. And after that, you might not face the building issues. Okay. Also, there is also one thing in the player settings. I'll just show you what my settings are now. You might get different error depending upon what backend you use. Now if you use this one, CPP, okay, then you might not have to like deal with that Gradle issue anymore. So yeah, in the mono, we are making 32-bit application, so just keep that in mind. It is important. Now let's cut this, and now that's out of the way, let's get to the scripting part. So as you can see on the screen, I have this convenient canvas set it up already. Now, before we begin, I'll just show you how these things are going to work. So we'll first initialize the iron source as a, like we'll communicate our editor with the iron source server, or you can say dashboard. And then after the initialization, we can then load the banner ad. Now, when you load a banner ad, it will automatically be shown either on the top or the bottom depending upon how you code it. Now after that, when you load it, it will be loaded in your memory and it will be kept there. And now if you decide to hide it, uh, the ad will be just hidden, but it will not be removed from your memory. So after hiding it, you can just show the banner ad again. And if you want to remove it from like totally remove it from your memory, like you're done with it, so you can just click on destroy banner ad, or you can call this function as well. Now all these functions can be called via script, or doesn't matter visual script or with C sharp. You can call them internally, you don't have to use buttons. But I'm using buttons to just demonstrate. Okay. Now the interstitial ad, when you load it, it will be loaded in your memory, but it won't show until and unless you call the function of show interstitial ad. Okay. So now the rewarded ad, now rewarded ads are loaded in the background as soon as you initialize it, or there is also a function whether to check if your device is connected to internet. In that way the SDK will prioritize the SDK's memory, you can say. So yeah, so when you click on show rewarded ad, either ad will load or it will just not show because it is not loaded yet. So just give it a time, I think it will get loaded depending upon like uh, how many time this script get active and enabled. So yeah, so now that's out of the way, let's start with coding. So first thing you have to do is create an empty game object. Now this is a good practice according to me. Now you can just make empty game object. Name it anything. I'll just name it ads in short form. um, I just like to clear its transform OCD thing, I guess. Okay, not that much. So now what are we going to do is we are going to create a script. Now as you can see, we have some errors. Now these errors are there because the demo script that comes with the iron source is using old callback functions which are not in the use right now. Like they have trimmed them a lot, which is good. So you can just go ahead and delete this script. It won't harm anything. You can also delete the whole demo folder, but I'll just delete the script for now so that I don't get those constant warning signs. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a new script. Let's create a new C# script. Now what do we call it? Let's call it Unity Ads Iron Source. Now you can name this script anything you want. Name doesn't matter. I'll just call it this, and let's open it. So when it is opening, we can just go ahead in our browser. Now this is important. You have to go there because you will be needing this. Now this link will be in the description below, but if you just go ahead in your iron source and log in, just click on the knowledge center, and if you click on the iron source SDK, inside the Unity, you can just click on get started, and from over here just go to the next section, scroll down, and you have to scroll down till step 6. Now if you have watched the previous video, we already covered everything that is above it, which is the integration part, and now we are going to do the step 6. Now the first thing we have to do is we need to uh, make the application pause there. Now I'll just show you directly in the script. So the script is made. Let's open it up in Visual Studio. Now you can use any editor you want. It doesn't matter what editor you are using. Okay, now that it is open, we can just remove the update event because we are not going to be needing that. And the first thing I'll do is I'll just create void enable, void on enable. Now we need void on enable to in the future. I'll just show you why we need that. Okay, now in this let's go ahead and open our documentation. Now over here, as you can see, application state, void on application pause. Now this is something that is called by the iron source when the ad will be running. So it will automatically pause all the applications like background applications for you. So let's just copy this by clicking on this copy to clipboard button, and we will paste that over down here. And now as you can see, it does have 0 references, but this function is directly in contact with the iron source. Okay, just like this start and this on enable, as it is in contact with the Unity engine, this is in contact with iron source, or you can say in call with. So yeah, now let's go back in the documentation, and here are some initialization methods. Now there are many ways to initialize your ad units. So as I said, you have to first initialize your ad and then load it and then show it appropriately. Okay, now to initialize, this is the first syntax, the or the code by which you can do that. Now if I just plug this in the start method, you can see iron source agent initialize. Now this is asking for your app key. Now what is your app key? If you go into your iron source, go to the SDK networks if you want, and then click over here. Now as you can see, the app key is over here, so just copy that, go over here And now let's first add the comment, and inside that let's plug this. So now this string input is your app ID. Okay, now that app, it's rewarded video, interstitial video, offer wall, and banner. Now this all are initialized in one line. Now what if you just want to initialize some of it? So you will just go ahead and remove that much. So I didn't need the offer wall. Now this is one way of doing it. Now I'll just keep this like this. Now let's go ahead into documentation, and now let's copy this one. Okay, now this let me just plug that over here. Now as you can see, where it says your app key, again you have to copy this and paste it over there. This is same as this. Now these lines are same as this, but it's just in one single line. So yeah, you either do this. Now over here you can just initialize single at a time. So suppose your game only needed rewarded videos, so you don't have to like include others. Or suppose you have only two of them, so rewarded and interstitial, so just plug two of them. So this is a separate way of doing it. Now I'll just cut everything. The most convenient way is the alternative way. Now these three methods, they both will work, like this, all three will work. Now this is the most like light, or you can say not so code heavy thing. Now if I just paste it over here, it says your app key. Now this will take all the four into account, and it will initialize every one of them. So where it says your app key, now I have to again copy this and plug it over there. Well, let's add that. Okay, great. So now initialization of the ads is done. Now let's go to another step. Now over here it is asking us, now what this line of code is doing is it is checking if our initialization is completed or not. So yeah, we have to do that. Let's just copy this. Now this is a delegate. We can add this delegate in our on enable function. Okay, one thing I noticed, there is a private over here. We just have to remove that. Yeah, don't keep that private. Okay, now let's paste it over here. uh, Now as you can see, this is getting an error because we don't put delegate over there. This second line, let's cut that and let's paste that outside. So now this is a callback. Now SDK initialization complete event. Now whenever the initialization is completed, this event will be called out once whenever it is initialized, I mean. So after the initialization, if you want to show some ads, you can from over here by plugging the functions inside this two curly brackets. And now that is done. Now let's go ahead and go inside our documentation again. So this is done. Now verify your integration. Now this is, I think, not necessary, but you still can do that. I'll just copy this. Now your integration is perfect and it is done. It will be done by this code. Now this is seriously optional. If you want to do it, do it. uh, Void start validate integration. So that is done now. And I think now this is just for ProGuard users. I don't know what that is. Now that is done. So initialization done. Now you can now go ahead and add a banner ad. So I'll just click on the banner over here. Now the step one is to load the banner ad. Now the banner ad syntax is this. Now I'll just copy this and I'll explain it later. uh, let's do let's make a comment and let's call this banner ad. And now this is the function by which you can load the banner. So I'll just make that function first. So for making a function, first type in public and then void, we'll call it load banner ad. Okay, and now just paste that string from the documentation, and now let us read what the syntax is. Now the iron source agent load banner. Now the banner size, there they are available over here. So as you can see, we have now inputted the banner, which is a standard banner 320 by 50. You can plug anything you want, large, rectangle, or smart one. um, so these are like four options available for you. So if you can just go ahead, delete this, and then just click on dot. So all the large, rectangle, and smart options are available for you. So I'll just keep it at banner. Okay, now iron source gives you two position for banner. The one is at the top and one is at the bottom. So I'll just keep it at bottom, and that's it. This is the code to load the banner. Now when you will load an ad, your editor can contact with the server and asks for the state at which that ad is. So suppose that if the ad is loaded, there will be one callback and an event will be triggered. So those events are mentioned at the bottom. I'll just show you. I think this is for the iOS for custom size, so you can do that as well. Now okay, now callbacks are at the bottom over here. Now they have updated it a lot and there are only few needed ones, so that is really convenient. Now there are also two functions available, hide and display banner, as I said earlier in the video. So let's create those functions as well. So I'll create public void and then let's say hide banner, and now again go into over here, and now as you can see, hide banner, copy that and just paste that in and you're done. Let's again make another one, public void, and we need to show the banner, right? So show banner, and now let's show the banner. Now the show banner is actually display banner, so let's just copy that and paste it over here. Now the next thing is to destroy the banner, and that is at the last. Okay, so additional load settings, the placement and capping. Okay, so placement and capping is also available for the banner ad, which is okay if you want. Now this is not something that I will touch right now. We'll do that at the end of the video. uh, Now the destroy banner ad, let's copy this one. Let's create another function, public void, and then destroy banner. And now we will just copy this, destroy banner, paste it, and I think those are all the fours that are available currently. I don't know if they would add more in futures, but this is how you add them in C#. Now let's go ahead and also get the callbacks in. So just create a convenient callback for you. So now we will call this banner callbacks. Now let's go ahead and add callbacks. So implementing the banner events. Now these are all the events, or you can say callbacks. So delegates, they are called delegates. So let's just copy the first one. Let's go to the code, and in the on enable method, let's just paste it. It conveniently added a tag for us, that add info banner event. Now as you can see, it is giving us error, and it is because these are called but these are never used, that's why you can say. So let's just go ahead and copy. So this is calling and this is listening. Okay, so let's just copy this one and let's paste it over here. So these are all the banner ad info delegates. um, I think I'll just explain it right now. So invokes once a banner is loaded. Okay, so whenever the banner is loaded, this event will trigger once, and it has add info to it. Also invokes when the banner load process has failed. Now if the banner loading failed, this event will get triggered, and whatever you put inside this curly brackets, it will be executed once. So banner on add clicked event. So if you click on add, this event will get triggered and then notifies when the present full okay, banner on screen presented event. So if you click on the banner, and something pops up, this will get triggered by that. Now notifies the presented screen has been dismissed. This will get triggered when you cut the banner ad somehow. And now let's check the last one. Invokes when the user leaves the app. Okay, when user obviously leaves the app, this will get triggered. So according to your use, I'll just plug every one of them over here, but according to your needs and use, um, add or remove any one of them you want, or you can just comment them out. Okay, so banner ad is done. And now let's add in our interstitial ad. So that's all was it for the banner ad. Okay, now there is also one thing, the adaptive banner. um, Now this adaptiveness, you can set it true, I think before you load the banner. So just plug it somewhere before you load it, right? So after initialization, you can just call it after the initialization and integration is valid. Yeah, after that you can call it over there. um, Adaptive banner allows you to optimize banner size and weight. So yeah, if you want to use this, you can. Now let's go ahead and go to interstitial ads. Now they have started directly with the callbacks. I think it is good to like first know how the ad is going to work. So load interstitial ad, and then we check for availability if the ad is loaded or not, and if it is ready, then and only then we will show it. So let's do that. Now this might get a bit like heavy if you never programmed before, but that's why we made this comment sections. So banner ad and banner callbacks. Now next is interstitial ad and interstitial callbacks. So I'll just call this interstitial ads. Now over here again we have to make few functions which you can later use in your code. Now load interstitial ad. Now first we have to do is load them. So let's just create that. Public void interstitial ad. Now these are custom functions that we are making. You can name this anything you want. Okay, now we are loading the interstitial ad. Let's go ahead in the documentation again and let's check. Now this is availability check. Now in the availability check, you get an event or you get an boolean function. So event will be called as soon as the ad is loaded. So you can just use this event, and inside those curly brackets you can uh, plug this show interstitial ad code, this one. Okay, but I think I'll just go with the boolean method for now. So let me just go ahead and create another function which is showing the did I text it on public void show interstitial ad. Let's create it as a function. Now let's plug this show interstitial ad is ready. Okay, I will first copy this boolean. Now what this boolean is doing is it is checking if the ad is loaded or not. So just type in if, paste that thing, IronSource agent is interstitial ready. If it is ready, then and only then we will show the interstitial ad. Boom, done. um, Now interstitial ad is done. Now there is another thing with the interstitial ad, which is it is available to be used as a placement and capping and what other thing, I forgot his name. Okay, so I'll just tell you that while I do the rewarded ad, which is the last one. um, Now I am source agent. Okay, placement name. Okay, now that is done. Now let's uh, make our callbacks. Again, copy the this one for the interstitial. I'll just plug this in the on enable over here. Let's paste that. Okay, again it gave us error because it is calling but no one is listening, so we need to listen to it now. Interstitial callbacks. Now let's go ahead and copy this one and let's paste it. Now it is pretty straightforward when you read the comments, like invokes when interstitial ad loaded successfully. So this will get triggered. Now initialization failed, then this will get triggered once. Each and every one of these will get triggered once. Now invokes when interstitial ad has opened. This is impression indication. Oh. So when you click on the interstitial ad, this event will get triggered. Now why are this event like important? So depending upon your game needs, sometimes you might have to like pause some stuff after the ads are clicked and all, because even clicking on the ad, I think it will count as the ad has shown successfully. And this void application pause, what this does is it pauses your application, whatever app you have running, it will pause it and your ad will run. So like you don't have to pause your audio or game, whatever you have, manually. But even if you want to do it manually, you can do it in like over here, or when it is clicked or something, or even when it is ready or it is loaded, depending upon your needs. Okay, interstitial ad showed even successfully. Yeah, just read the comments. They are pretty much straightforward. I think it would be dumb for me to even explain it, but I'm just doing a tutorial thing where trying to be perfect, like explaining everything, trying to explain everything. Okay, um so we have now did everything we could with the interstitial ad. That was it to it. Now let's go ahead and go in the rewarded videos. Now you know what, let's just start with let's just go step by step. Okay, in this one, rewarded videos are a bit complicated, but they are not hard to like make it. So let's just first make the callbacks. Now let's go into the documentation. Let's copy this one and now let's paste it over here. Wait, why did I do that? Now I will just make, I know that I have to make it twice, so rewarded video, sorry, rewarded ads, and then the next one should be rewarded callbacks, rewarded ads, callbacks. Okay, now let me just make some space over here. Now let's copy these callbacks, paste it over here. Okay, so now the events are set. Next thing we have to do is we need to program the rewarded ad itself. Again, we have to make few functions, but before that, let's see what we have. Now IronSource agent should track network. Now this function, you can either get it true or false depending on you. uh, so when the ad is loaded, it automatically sets itself to true. Now what this function does is it checks if your device is connected to an active internet connection. If it does, it will be true, and if you yourself manually turn this false, then your ad won't be loading in. So yeah, just keep in mind that if you want to use this function, use it. This also like prioritize SDK performance, like your RAM. Should it be even concerned about like checking your SDK to load the ad, because it does take RAM. Okay, so if you know that your device is not connected to internet, like loading ad would be just something that is taking your performance. So you might want to use this function. I won't right now. Okay, so show video ad to your user. This syntax, I don't know why they did this, but they created another variable and they are storing that boolean over here. I'll just use this instead. Now IronSource agent show rewarded ad. Now you don't have to load it. All you have to do is show rewarded ad. It will keep loading itself in the background. So yeah, let's do that. Now let's create a rewarded ad function. So public void show rewarded ad, and let's now same as interstitial, we have to check if it is loaded or not. So in the if statement, we will give the condition which is IronSource agent is rewarded ad available. Let's copy this and let's paste it over here. Now click on the curly bracket. Now if it is available, we want to show it, and IronSource agent show rewarded video. Let's copy that, plug that over here. Boom, done. Now we are done with the rewarded video as well. Now let's talk about some extra stuff, which is this one, placement name and all. So capping and all. So if you go inside the IronSource, inside Unity, no wait, I think you have to go in add unit and placement, select your app, and you'll see something which is placements. So now what they are talking is you can run this ads specifically in a specific time period in your app. So like if you started your application for the first time, you can run ad over there, and those will be done depending upon the placement. Now for the rewarded ad, as you can see, I have selected rewarded video. It has a one placement, which is this one, placement number 1. The placement name is this default rewarded video. Now if you go inside the documentation over here, they ask for your placement name, and you have to plug that name over there. Okay, so this name. Now this rewarded video, in the callback, uh, this will give me this virtual item. Now I can rename that, and the rewarded amount will be 1. Now usually you can use this. Now if I go ahead in the rewarded videos callback, over here I think rewarded video on and reward event. Now when this will trigger is when you have watched your ad successfully for reward, and this, then you can gather this information, which is your reward is 1 virtual item. Now capping and pacing, let's click on this edit button. Now as you can see, capping is like limiting your impressions per day, or you can, I guess, go ahead and make it per minute as well. And pacing is how many number of ads per minute you want to show to your user, and that's it. And it is different for each every placement. Now if I click on this new placement, you can see the placement name: startup, home screen, main menu, green screen, achievements. Now these are all the time periods you can use this ad, or you can set your custom name. uh, Ad unit type will always be rewarded because we are in the rewarded section, and the item name you can plug anything over there, and the rewarded amount, anything you want. I'll just cancel it because I don't want to. Now that is done, I think I have like given you a brief idea on what that pacing and capping is, also what placement IDs are going to do. So mostly our almost like all 3 ads are set it up. Now offer wall is something that I cannot do right now because as you can see, your accounting spending approval and will notify you. Now until that I cannot use the offer wall. Okay, so sorry for that, I guess, but they are not approving me. So yeah, so now that's done. Our script is almost done, but there is something. Now when how we will know that we have got our reward or not? So this event will get triggered once, right, after we get rewarded. But in the app we won't be able to see it. So to do that, we what we will do is I created this text component over here which says no reward. We will change it text. Okay, let it reload the assemblies real quick. Okay, great. So now this add this empty game object, let's plug our script on that. Okay, and now let's go ahead and get a reference to this rewarded text over here. And to do that, I'll just go on top. Let's just quickly create a variable. So I'm creating a public variable named for text mesh pro, right? So text mesh pro UGUI, and let's call it uh, reward value. Okay, it conveniently added TM pro um, tag. Now let's go ahead and get a reference to that. What did I name it? Reward value. Okay, so inside our rewarded event, I'll just go ahead and reward value, there it is, reward value dot text. We need its text component, and now let's just set it to something which we want to give user after watching a video. So we will call it subscribe. Okay, this is the reward I want to give, reward of subscription, which is free, by the way. You should do it. Now we are done. I'll just save this. Now let's build this application and let's run it inside our, yeah, by the way, this add empty, do not disable it or your ads won't work. Okay, now let's go ahead into build settings. Again, I'll show you my player settings real quick. Okay, the API level is at 31. We are using mono as scripting background. I'll click on build. Now I already have an application built, so I'll just rename it so that we don't. So I'll name it something like Unity Ads All. Now save it, and it will build our application. Okay, so our app is done compiling, and now here it is. Just to show you, I downloaded this emulator. Now let's install the application in it. So I think it was Unity Ads All. I'll just drag and drop it in over here to install. Now let me take it at the center. Let's open up the ad. Okay, great. So now the first thing I want to do is I want to load the banner. Okay, wait, we forgot to do one thing. We actually forgot to give this scripts to those buttons. uh, my bad. So in the load banner, go down, and can you see this on click event? Okay, just click on plus button, drag and drop this ads object over there, and now inside the function load banner, we will just give it load banner ad. In the hide banner, again, uh, first let's just click on the where it was, yeah, on the hide button. Okay, let's create a new thing, drag and drop the ads over there. This will be using hide banner, and now to show the banner, new event, let's give it show banner ad function. Show banner, did I give it correctly? Hide banner, show banner, and now we will destroy the banner. Let's drag and drop that over there. Destroy banner, here it is. And if someone who is new to Unity or like doesn't know what I'm doing here, this button has on click event, and I'm just dragging and dropping the game empty that has that script that we made. So yeah, so you have to drag and drop that and then select the public function on that. So yeah, that's what we are doing now. In the load interstitial button, let's let's drag and drop this empty again. Now we are going to load the interstitial ad. Load interstitial ad, there it is, and then we will show it. Show interstitial ad. Great. And now in the script also we have to like give reference to this text object, but show rewarded ad button, let's add one last thing on that. And show rewarded ads, where it is, show rewarded ad, there it is. Now there is one thing, when we are showing the rewarded ads, if our banner ad is loaded already, I want it to be deleted. So what I will do is I will add another. I will now these are executed in sequence. So even before I show the ad, I want to like destroy the banner ad or hide it depending upon your need. Okay, I'll just destroy the banner ad before showing rewarded and also before showing the interstitial ad. So I'll just call the destroy banner. Destroy banner, there it is. I have to like squint my eyes. Yeah, so destroy banner. Now that is done. We'll have to build it, but before that, even before that, we have to give it this a reference to the text game object or our reward will not get updated. There it is. Save it. Let's build it again. Now go to build settings, build. I have changed nothing, so I'll just replace this one. So Unity adds all. Let's save this, replace. Yeah, okay, it is done installing, and now let's drag and drop this app over here. And now that it is installed, let's check this. It might be loud, so I'll just keep it down till over there. Okay, so now first thing we will do is we will load banner ads, and here we go. Boom, our banner ad is loaded. Now let's hide the banner ad, show the banner ad, and now if I destroy the banner ad and if I again click on show banner ad, it doesn't work like that. You have to again load it. So this load function you have to call it if you destroy it. Okay, so keep that in mind, else you can hide and show it anytime you want, anytime in your ad. Okay, now let's destroy this. Now let's load the interstitial ad. 1 2 3. Now let's show the interstitial ad. Boom, there it is, our interstitial ad. Now you can skip the interstitial ad. Let's wait for it. Let's cut this. Okay, now if you again click on show interstitial ad, it won't work like that, because once an ad is loaded and once it is shown, I'm talking about interstitial. Okay, it is done. You have to again load it and then show it. Okay, now with the rewarded ad, all you have to do is click on show rewarded ad and it will run depending upon if it is available or not. So keep that in mind. And now that we have successfully watched the ad, let's go ahead and cut it. Okay, so our reward, we didn't get it actually, or it didn't update itself. I'll have to see, there's something wrong with the code, I think, or I might have placed it in a wrong event, I guess. So reward value dot text is equal to subscribe rewarded. Oh, okay, I accidentally plugged it into failed event. My bad. I'll just cut this. It was actually over here, rewarded video on add rewarded event. Okay, so over here, uh we have to plug that. Okay, now it will work. And now I think I'll have to rebuild the whole app again. So I'll just rebuild my app and I'll show you again. Okay, Now, okay, let's directly click on the show rewarded ad. Okay, it might not be available right now. Let's click on ahead. Okay, now it is.
Now let's skip this.
And cut it. Boom, subscribe. Our rewarded ad is working as well. So as you can see, we just did added ads in our game with the help of IronSource and level play mediation. So that's how you add ads in your game. I hope this video helped. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe, like, and share because it will help me make future videos like this. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.